is here for the show tonight. Our special guest show tonight. Alford Sports Talk Show. Alford Sports Talk Show. Baseball, hockey, soccer, netball, and racing. Alford Sports Talk Show. Alford Sports Talk Show. You are all the news and scores. All the games and so much more. Alford Sports Talk Show. Alford Sports Talk Show. Alford Sports Talk Show.
All right, welcome everybody to another great episode of the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. We are doing things big in 2025. We're here. It's 2025, and a lot to discuss, a lot of things to go over, a lot of things we're to discuss and get into. But first and foremost, Happy New Year to everybody. It's great to be back for 2025. And I got a lot to discuss with you, a lot of great things going on. The phone number is available, 516-418-5572. Again, it's 516-418-5572. Don't be afraid. Also, the chat's online, YouTube, as well as X. It's not Twitter anymore. It's X. So, yes, we're going to do a lot of great things here on a Friday night. And yes, definitely want to go ahead and kick the show off just right. Want to thank one of our outstanding sponsors, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. So delicious and addicting. You may need a support group. Make sure you guys don't forget to go ahead and support and visit Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida, 301 South 22nd Street. 301 South 22nd Street. If you can't come down to Tampa, it's okay. If you missed out last year, today is your day. Go ahead and visit flbbqsauce.com, flbbqsauce.com. It's going to be a treat that you deserve. Treat yourself. That's right. Go get yourself some sauce right now. All of the music you're going to hear on the broadcast is sang by none other than Sam Scola Songs. Really thank Sam Scola Songs. I'm going to talk a lot about him a bit later in the show, but we're going to play another great song. It's the Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce song by Sam Scola Songs. I'm going to go ahead and tune that up. Let's go.
Comes in four varieties, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. Natural, honey sauce on and red, tasty on classic today, on chicken steak. Fish and vegetables, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. Cheese, Florida Barbecue Sauce.
So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. Make sure you don't forget to go ahead and visit Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce right there at FLBBQSauce.com. Again, it's FLBBQSauce.com. Or you can come on down to 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. Don't forget, let them know that Chef G's let them know that Allen Alford Sports Talk Show sent you. Definitely enjoy that beautiful sauce. You definitely treat yourself in 2025 with some great sauce. And in fact, we're going to go ahead and get the show started. We're going to go ahead and bring on our first caller of 2025. That's right. Let's do that right now. Hey, how you doing? All right. How you feeling? Happy New Year to you too. Happy 2025. It's going to be a fantastic year for the Enhanced Sports Show and the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. That's right. Whoa, 8 seasons, folks. You hear that? 8 seasons. Man, that's fantastic. And 8 seasons starts tomorrow. Unbelievable. That's so talk about that. 8 seasons. Did you think you'll make it this far? That you made it. You made it. God is good. Made it.
Yeah,
God is good.
I guess they like me. They really, really like me.
You know, you're right. I mean,
well, let's put it this way.
it is definitely something new. Breaking news: Jimmy Butler's been suspended for 7 games. You see that too? You know, you're right. I mean, yeah, they did. They went ahead and suspended him for 7 games. That's something new. Breaking news: Jimmy Butler's been suspended for 7 games. You see that too? You know, you're right. I mean, yeah, you know what? They did say part of the suspension, they are going to be opening up for trade. So it is something that's the next step is being traded. Contract detrimental to the team. News: Jimmy Butler's been suspended for 7 games. You see that too? Yeah, it's pretty clear he wants to leave. I mean,
you know what?
if you didn't know that now, you definitely
they are going
know
to
it
be
now.
opening
He
up
wants
for
to
trade.
leave. I mean,
So it is something that's the next.
I don't know
step
why
is
these
being
guys
traded.
do that, man.
Contract
I mean, I get it.
detrimental to the team.
You're unhappy, but
Because Pat Riley said,
that's a lot of
you know,
money
no one
money
took
you're
his
losing
opinion.
too.
Then we hear from his signal, yeah, I want to get out of here. I want to leave my
You know,
hands.
that's a
So, you
big
know,
penalty. It's like
technically, we want to leave.
336,000 per
Yeah,
game.
it's
And
pretty
he's gonna
clear,
lose
you
over
know,
$2 million
I
just
mean,
just for that
they
week.
didn't know that now. You definitely they are going to
Yeah, that's nuts.
trade.
You
So
know,
Yeah.
it is
But-
something that's the next.
I don't know
step
why
is
these
being
guys
traded.
do
Financial
that,
suicide
man.
is
I mean, I
right.
get it.
You know,
You're unhappy, but
yeah, I
that's
mean,
a lot of
it's-
money you're losing too.
I guess he don't care. I guess he's at the point where he don't care. But I mean,
You know,
still, it's still
that's
money.
a big penalty. It's like 330
Yeah. So
60,000 per game. But he's going to lose over $2 million just for that week.
yeah, that's over $2 million. Just
Yeah,
throw it
that's
away.
nuts.
It's just I don't get it.
So-
I don't get it.
It is something
I don't know why these guys do
financial
that,
suicide
man. I
is
mean, I
right.
get it.
You know, you're unhappy, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
That's a lot of
Suspended. It was
money
happening
you're
right
losing.
before I went on
You don't
live.
care.
So
I guess you have to
you
go
folks
on
get
there,
breaking
but,
news.
I mean, still, it's still money.
Suspended for 1 week. Contract
330,
conduct detrimental to the team.
per game. But he's going to lose over $2 million.
Yeah. You hate to see stuff like that.
$2 just throw it away.
But-
It's just, I don't get it.
I wanted to get your thoughts on this though. What are your thoughts on Saquon Barkley? The decision came through that they're gonna sit him and he won't get a chance to break the record. 101 yard away.
suspended for 1 week contract. We're getting 30, conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't agree with the decision at all. I think by you sitting as many guys you are, I think the Eagles put themselves in a detriment because Jalen Hurts is hurt, and he's gonna probably come back maybe the first game of the playoffs. But he already hasn't played in a while. Then you're gonna have Saquon Barkley, who hasn't played, and some of your starters. I would have elected to play them at least the first half.
I don't agree with
at least the first half.
I think
and then
by you sitting,
get some work in, because I just feel like sitting them the whole game, it's gonna put them in a position where I think they're gonna be kind of rusty.
Jalen Hurts is hurt.
He has a chance to make history, and he needs 101 yards. And the way I look at it is like this: the way he's been balling out, he probably would break that record before the halftime against the Giants. I really do believe if Saquon Barkley was playing, he would get that record by halftime. If not by halftime, very early in the third quarter.
Get some work in, because I just feel like sitting them the whole game, it's going to put them in a position.
So I don't agree with the decision at all. I don't like it. I understand why they're sitting him, but even I don't even understand why they're sitting him because of the circumstance.
Like this, the way he's been balling out, he probably would break that record before the halftime against the Giants.
What are your thoughts on that?
I believe if Saquon Barkley was playing, he would get that record by halftime. If not by halftime,
I would have liked to see him get the record. As far as I'm concerned, the record to me is it's already pretty much broken. It's just a formality at this point.
I don't agree with the decision at all. I don't like it. I understand why they're sitting him,
but it's going to continue on because he's unless something changes, he's not going to play. The coach made the decision.
Against the Giants, what are your thoughts on it? I would have.
But yeah,
you get that record by half. I would have liked to see him get the record. As far as I'm concerned, the record to me it's already pretty much broken. It's just a formality.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Saquon and this decision a bit later in the show. But a lot to unpack there.
Unless something changes,
So how has your 2025 been starting off so far?
What are your thoughts on it? I would have.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's real good.
I would have liked.
Any goals for 2025 for you, Lou?
It's already pretty much broken. It's just a formality.
We'll talk more about Saquon and this decision. Any goals for you in 2025?
But a lot to pack there. Unless something changes, so how is your 2025?
All right. There you go. There you go. That sounds awesome. Okay, that's what I want to hear. I'm going to keep you posted on the new service. I'm going to make a decision real soon, but keep you posted on that.
More about Saquon and this decision. Any goals for you in 2025? But a lot to pack there.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere, so don't worry about that.
So how is your 2025? All right. There you go. There you go.
No quit.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. I'm going to keep you posted on the new service. I'm going to make a decision real soon.
Yeah, tell them about what's going on tomorrow. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. So don't worry about that. So how is your 20? All right. There you go. There you go. No quit. I'm going to keep you posted on the new service. I'm going to make a decision real soon. Tell them about what's going on tomorrow. Go ahead. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. So don't worry about that. So how is your
That's right. Make sure you guys check it out. The Enhanced Sports Show. It's going to be tomorrow between 4 and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. And definitely, and check in the YouTube also, Enhanced Sports Show. And then the nice thing is you'll be able to call in to 512-543-4662, 512-543-4662. Eastern Standard Time Zone between 4 and 6 p.m. tomorrow. He's back in action. 2025, season number 8. No turning back. And it's gonna be an awesome time. You're welcome. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. You're welcome. Really appreciate you, Lou. You there. 543-4662. All right, folks. That's right. That's the Lou from the Enhanced Sports Show, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. And again, let me go ahead and give you guys that number. This is going to be the Lou from the Enhanced Sports Show. And that phone number is 512-543-4662, 512-543-4662. Thank you, Lou. You the man. Really appreciate you. And yes, we're going to talk a little bit about, a bit more about Saquon Barkley and the decision. But before we do that, this is the great thing, folks. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Thank you, CTC ME Mortgage, for being another one of our outstanding sponsors. That is the man, the myth, the legend, Kurt McCray. If you need a home, any state right now, any state, it is wide open. That man, Kurt McCray, can help you, whether it be getting a new home, refinancing, doing anything when it comes to property in all 50 states. Kurt McCray can help you from CTC ME Mortgage. Call or text Kurt McCray at 346-527-7564, 346-527-7564. That is right. I want to thank CTCME Mortgage. You can also visit them at ctcmemortgagerighthere.com. All 50 states. We're going to go ahead and play another great song from Sam's Gola Songs, the CTCME Mortgage song. Let's go.
CTCME Mortgage Company, they stand by their loyalty. CTCME Mortgage Company, you can trust their honesty. Make the call today. There's no extra fees to pay. You can take a loan to own a new home. See, finance a payment plan. Kurt McCray is your man. CTCME Mortgage Company. CTCME Mortgage Company. CTCME Mortgage Company.
There you go. CTCME Mortgage. Make sure you guys give a call right there or text 346-527-7564. And it's 346-527-7564. Call or text Kurt McCray today or visit ctcmemortgage.com. Make sure you go ahead and get that new home. Let us see how it looks. Thank you so much, CTCME Mortgage. Really appreciate you. And that's wonderful right there, folks. So that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely do think the Eagles are making a mistake. I just think for the overall feel of the game, the team, the mojo, I definitely think they should have just let Saquon Barkley get this record. He only needs 101 yards. You're playing the Giants. I think the probability of him getting injured is actually pretty low. And hey, 101 yards, you get it by halftime, by the third quarter. I think it's a record that the team, not Saquon, he balled out. He deserves that record, but I think the team also deserves it. Another thing is this: when you break a record like that, that potentially can help Saquon Barkley in his future endeavors beyond football as far as playing, because what ends up happening is, and when you're a running back, and you're 30 years old in the NFL, you get discarded. Well, even after his playing career is done, he can always say he has that record, and that will help him with trade shows, appearances, and things of that nature. And it will separate him from the pack, because once you start playing 3 to 4 years removed from it, maybe 5, and you don't have that record, your memorability goes down quite a bit. By you having that record, you won't be forgotten. Whether that record stands for 5 years, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever, people are going to remember that you have that record. That is something that someone's going to ask you to sign on a football or 8 by 10 or 16 by 20. So his marketability with trade shows and so much and so forth really skyrockets after your playing career is done, provided that record sticks around. But I just think it's a kind of like it's definitely not a good thing for Saquon. I think the team should have just went ahead and broke the record. It's just a formality at this point. Just go ahead and get it. I really don't think you're risking injury too much. And as far as the playoffs, I think that the Eagles right now, to me, got a big question mark because you don't have Jalen Hurts. He hasn't played for a few weeks. Saquon's not going to sit before the playoffs. A few members are going to sit. So where's the continuity? Where's the rhythm? At least if you play this week, you get the last week of availability in an NFL game. I don't agree with the decision. I really don't. But props to Saquon Barkley. The man has balled out this year. In my view, he's already broke the record. Again, it's just formality. And in my view, he balled out this year. I know people saying, well, he did it in 15 games, he did it in 60 games, whatever it is. There's one extra game that Saquon Barkley has, but it's never going to be equal when it comes to a lot of times when it comes to records and errors. It's just not going to be equal. Looking at the totality of work that Saquon Barkley has done this year, to me, the man has straight out balled out. He's had some 200-plus yard games, hurdling guys backwards, just creating stuff that you haven't seen before. And I agree. And Jerome Bettis said it himself. I interviewed him. You can check out that interview. He said that Saquon Barkley is the best back in the league. And that's saying a lot when you have Derrick Henry, who's competing too. So to me, Saquon Barkley, that is, to me, the rushing record king. Regardless of whether he did it 15 or 16, it's never going to be equal era from era because times change and players change, things change. So to me, Saquon Barkley is balled out. Not only that, I was looking forward for this weekend because I wanted to hear and the new, and new, and the new. That's what I wanted to hear. And the new. But it's not gonna be and the new because of Nick Sirianni and the Eagles doing some Bush League stuff, if you ask me. And this stuff is not watch, they're gonna start the playoffs and be cold as ice. You'll see. Mark my words. And not only that, they're gonna be kind of bitter because they ain't got no record too. So we'll see. We'll see. On that note, let me go ahead and continue forward. I'm going to give you guys the NFL predictions for this week. And let me do that for you guys as well. Then we're going to go into some UFL news. All right. Yes, this is week 18 of 18. All right. So we have the Browns versus the Ravens. It's going to be a tough game, actually, believe it or not. The Browns seem like they play. Their life depends on it. So I'm still going to go with the Ravens, Panthers, and the Falcons. I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one. Eagles and the Giants. Even with the backup team, I'm going to go with the Eagles. Commanders and the Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Commanders. The Bucks and the Saints. Got to go with the Bucks. Chargers versus Raiders. Going to go with the Chargers on that one. Chiefs versus the Broncos. I got the Chiefs winning, but since the Chiefs are going to put in a lot, they already said they're going to sit the starters. The Broncos have a good chance, but I'm still going to go with the Chiefs. Dolphins and Jets. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Bengals and the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Titans versus the Texans. I'm going to go with the Titans. Jags versus the Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts. Packers versus Bears. I'm going to go with the Packers. Bills versus Patriots. I'm going to go with the Bills. 49ers versus Cardinals. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to go actually live on this one, say the Cardinals. Seahawks and Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. And Vikings and Lions. I'm going to go with the Vikings. Yes. We're going with the Vikings on that one. So, yes. Nice thing is this, folks. Great thing about it is we're going to go ahead and thank another one of our proud sponsors here, Pushpin Adventures. That's right. If you need to go ahead and book a travel for 2025, you want to go ahead and live out the bucket list you thought of, the destination of your choice, whether it be land or by sea, guess what? Pushpin Adventures can help you. They can make that dream a reality. Give Monique a call, 626-838-1006, 626-838-1006, or you can visit pushpinadventures.com, pushpinadventures.com. Make sure you go ahead and do that. And let me go ahead and play another Sam Scola song, the Pushpin Adventures song, here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Let's go.
Pushpin Adventures. Pushpin Adventures.
Make sure you guys give a call to Pushpin Adventures. Monique, right there. Make that dream a reality. Check the box on the bucket list. Pushpin Adventures can help you. Destination weddings, office weddings, group travel, foreign and domestic. Give Monique a call, 626-838-1006, 626-838-1006. Thank you, Pushpin Adventures, for being another one of our outstanding sponsors here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Tremendously appreciate you. So that is awesome. Get yourself that travel, folks. Yeah, and we got a lot of stuff to unpack. Let me, in fact, go ahead and show you guys something really cool here. UFL news. UFL news. So let me go ahead and do that for you right now. All right. So I'm going to be covering the Arlington Renegades. Let me show you what it is. They released a schedule. So they're going to play the Brahmas first game. And actually, not like last year. This is not the first game of the entire season. It'll be the first game for the Arlington Renegades at home. They're going to play the Brahmas for the San Antonio Brahmas, Choctaw Stadium, 3:00 p.m. And then the next following week, they'll be still at home right there. They'll be playing the Houston Roughnecks. Third week, they go away to the Birmingham Stallions. Then they come back home against the St. Louis Battlehawks. Now, the interesting thing is it is a Friday night game on April 11th versus Stallions. That will be the big kicker of the season, is the fact that there's going to be some Friday night games, which is really cool. You're going to have also the Arlington Renegades versus St. Louis Battlehawks back at home again. DC Defenders come into town again at Choctaw Stadium. Then seem like the first half of the season is a lot of games at home. Then we have at the Dome of Americas, the Battlehawks. That's where the UFL championship game was last year. We have then the Arlington Renegades versus the Michigan Panthers back at home. Then they travel to the DC Defenders in Audi Field. Next game is also away at Memphis Showboats. And they finish up at home with the they finish up away at the San Antonio Brahmas. So one thing to make a note of, the last home game will be on Saturday, May 10th for the Arlington Renegades. The last 3 games are away. So make sure you guys go ahead and buy your season tickets. A lot of great giveaways. Check that out at theufl.com. And make sure you go ahead and do that. Yes. So that's going to be really cool. I'm going to probably let you guys know which game I will games I will be in attendance. I do wish that first game of the season was at Arlington Renegades, but we had it last year, not this year. But it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Go to theufl.com, check it out. So that's awesome, guys. Let me just take a look here at something real quick. Okay, so the first game of the season period is going to be the Battlehawks at the Houston Roughnecks. Battlehawks at the Houston Roughnecks. And that will be a Friday night game, Friday, March 28th. Friday, March 28th. Hey, I'll let you guys decide. Should I go to the Friday night game or the Saturday game in Arlington, Texas against the Brahmas? That's a tough choice. And that is an 8 p.m. game, too. So that's hard. It's hard. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, guys. So it all begins March 28th. It's going to be a great, great season. So we're going to go ahead and switch gears, talk a little college football. So Cam Ward played the first half of the Pop Tarts Bowl, sat out the second half. A lot of people was upset about this decision, but I really wasn't upset at this decision. You know why? Because this is the modern day athlete. This is what you guys have created. And what I mean by you guys, meaning the system, Here's a guy who's going to be very highly drafted in the NFL. He doesn't want to risk an injury. The bowl games, unfortunately, don't have as much, I would say, pizzazz like they used to. So he played the first half. He left his team up big. They didn't hold the lead, and they ended up losing a game. This is the modern day athlete. So I can't even hate on him because, he played the second half, and it's kind of like the same thing with Saquon Barkley. I actually think Cam Ward's risk is actually greater, in my opinion, than Saquon Barkley's. And the reason why I think that way is because I think the way Saquon Barkley has been balling out this year, him playing the Giants, I really do believe he breaks that record by halftime. If he doesn't get it by halftime, he gets it maybe within 3 to 6 minutes in the third quarter, and he can sit the rest of the game. I don't feel as if his risk to injury actually is that great. I mean, of course, anything can happen, of course, but I just don't. Cam Ward, I believe him playing in the second half is a bigger risk. He's younger. It is college football. Guys don't always tackle the best. And, yeah, you can get hurt. So, and he left his team up big. So he did play the first half. It's not like he sat the entire game. I can't really hate on it. I really can't hate on his decision to sit the second half. I don't understand why people are making such a big deal about it, because the bowl games, again, don't have the same pizzazz like they used to. It's not like Saquon Barkley where you go for a rushing record that you may never get a chance to break again. Let me just make that clear. Saquon Barkley not getting this record, there is no guarantees, and I would say this much. They won't be, in my opinion, of course things could change, I don't feel as if him being in a better position to break the record happens other than this weekend. I just feel as if that's one of those special years. You have to play. You have to have very little injury. Things got to go your way. You got to have a lot of big runs, which he's had. I feel as if you getting the record is something you don't get. I feel the stakes are kind of higher when it comes to what you could lose in Saquon Barkley's case. I do feel the same with Cam Ward. There's a lot to lose on his end too. But, this is the modern day athlete. You have a college athlete, a lot of NIL money, but the big prize is coming up right around the corner. The NFL. He's going into NFL. He's going to be highly drafted. You pull a pretty bad injury, your draft stock could go down. You don't know. So this is the modern day college athlete that's balling out. And so I really didn't have a problem with Cam Ward sitting out. It is a bowl game. Again, as I mentioned, they just don't have that same pizzazz like they used to. And he is taking, actually, I believe, a greater risk than reward by him going out there and playing the second half. And it's not like a one-time deal like Saquon, but I just feel as if I didn't have a problem with him sitting out the second half. I really did. Teams should have held the lead. They should have done their part to maintain the lead. They had him for a half. They didn't do it. They ended up losing the game. But it's the modern day athlete. I didn't really have an issue with it at all. I really didn't. And that's what you get. That's what you get today, Especially going right into the NFL. He made a business decision. I can't really hate on him for that, just because it wasn't just he decided to sit down. This is a business decision, and I think people should just respect that. Like, it shouldn't make a kid feel bad that he decided not to play in the second half of a game where he's going to be a high draft pick. And I just think, you got to put yourself in that, and you're in that situation. Put yourself in that situation that, hey, you're going to be drafted really high, or you could fall very, very hard and fast by you playing in a game and not doing what you need to do. And, get injured. So I don't have an issue with Cam Ward and what his decision was. We're going to switch some gears and then talk a little bit about boxing. This is kind of interesting because Deontay Wilder is, unless something drastic changes, due to retire officially this year, 2025. And I thought, you know what? Let me get ahead of the curve and go ahead and share my thoughts on heavyweight boxer Deontay Wilder and what I think about his career. And if he does decide to call it quits officially, there's rumor that that's going to more than likely happen. I'll share you my thoughts about Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder, his career definitely had some highs, but I would have to say emotionally and physically, they had some real steep lows. And what I mean by that is, here's a guy who started boxing very, very late. So much so where there really wasn't enough time to really learn a lot of the technical attributes of boxing. And you might be like, well, you can still learn something at any age. Yes, you can. But if you're going to be a professional boxer and technique some of those habits you need to develop at a very young age and kind of sharpen them as you go along. If you pick up boxing at a late age, you can pick up a couple of wrinkles here and there. And yes, you can learn quite a bit in a short period of time, but there's going to be certain lacking. With Deontay Wilder, it was a lot of core fundamentals. And I don't say this, but you get into a game late, this is what happens. But there was one huge blessing that he did have. That was a lethal right hand. So much that if he caught you with that right hand, that fight was over. And usually a lot of guys don't have that type of knockout power. Deontay Wilder was blessed and he did. He hit you with that right hand. It was just abomination. So a lot of people, what they call them, not what I'm going to say is that they call him one trick pony, that, if he didn't get you with that right hand, pretty much there really wasn't much to offer. Yes, he did lack, some footwork and technical skills, but hey, you got to give the guy a lot of credit. He won a lot of fights with that devastating right hand, and not having the repertoire, not been in the Olympics, not having those fundamentals, you would think a guy would have been as successful as he was. He got a statue in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and 41 fights, straight knockouts, and 41 fights and wins. Now here comes kind of the other side of the career. It's not so flattering. I do believe that one thing that I felt Deontay Wilder felt a victim of is his own success. I felt as if once he started winning all these boxing matches, I really do believe he felt in his mind and his heart and head that there was no possible way somebody would actually beat me in the ring. I feel as if he really felt that. And it's one thing to think that you can beat a lot of people, but one thing that stressed out Mike Tyson, which I give credit, is that he felt at some point Father Time or one of his competitors were going to probably catch up to him. At least he knew that in the back of his mind, that was a possibility. Even with all the success he's had, he knew that it was stressful for him to be the champ because he knew that everything that goes up eventually got to go down. And I've been there before as a number one top performer for many, many years. And you just realize that, hey, there's only one way you could go, and that's down. And not only that, you know that you can only keep it up for so long. And that reason why I bring that up is because I don't feel as if Deontay Wilder, if that was actually a thought in his mind at any point. I really do believe he felt and believed wholeheartedly his own hype that there's no way possible anyone can beat me. And that's where humble pie comes into play. And I think that was a big detriment to the downfall of his career. When he did fight Tyson Fury the first time, I remember like it was yesterday, I was asked about this fight. And I said, Deontay Wilder is going to have trouble against Tyson Fury in the very first fight. I called it. Said they're going to, this is before I had the show, but someone had asked me and he was shocked that I said that because they didn't really like Tyson Fury. I said, well, you can't really go by just whether you like someone or not. You got to look at what they bring to the table. I looked at Tyson Fury as a guy that was very technically sound, very savvy in the ring, a guy that can actually box really, really well. And I felt like his style was going to be difficult for Deontay Wilder to kind of deal with because of the fundamentals, the technique, the just the vet moves that he had. And he wasn't, I would say, a vet just yet, but you could tell he was very crafty in the ring. And I knew that Deontay Wilder was going to have trouble with him. So much so, I picked Tyson Fury to win the fight. When they fought, Abed, that last knockout, and I even said it too, I still feel as if Tyson Fury won that first fight, even with the knockouts. I felt as if Tyson Fury dominated that fight. Just because someone gets knocked out doesn't mean that you automatically win the fight. He got back up. I felt as if Tyson Fury won the first fight. Just keeping it real. It ended up being a draw, but that actually ended up being a good thing as far as the overall feel of the fight now. Now, people wanted to see the rematch. And again, I felt as if Deontay Wilder lost the first fight. And I knew he was in trouble after he lost the first fight because he kept coming up with a bunch of excuses. He just kept throwing out a bunch of excuses. I mean, you could think you thought of an excuse, he made it. I thought that was a dangerous place for him to be in because you could tell he didn't accept the fact that, number one, he lost the fight, but number two, he still didn't accept the fact that someone actually could beat him. Here comes fight two, and fight two was a disaster for Deontay Wilder. He got completely obliterated in fight number two. And then the crash of the emotions, the crash of now you can't excuse your way out of this one because you gave all the excuses in fight one. You can't tell me that fight two snuck you by surprise, and you can't tell anybody else that because of all the excuses you made, and you just got obliterated. And literally so bad that Deontay Wilder got beat so bad in fight number two. Had it not be stopped by his trainer through the towel, I do believe he would have had serious injury, if up to and leading into including death. I mean, it was bad. His trainer did the right thing by stopping the fight, and that's, I felt as if the downfall eclipsed itself right there. It started with him really believing he had nobody else on this planet could beat him, and it really went downhill for him emotionally, mentally after that second fight. He was able to bring it together and now do a trilogy and fight Tyson Fury again. This third fight, he did do better than the second fight, but ultimately the result was the same. It was a longer, let's say, a better fight for Deontay Wilder, and the conclusion came much later than it did in fight number two, but the result was still the same. Deontay Wilder just got beat by a better man, and that's Tyson Fury. This time, he knocked him out on the 11th round where fight was stopped. And now you went from a ton of excuses. After the second fight, you had no excuses. Now the third fight that's it. It's a wrap. You was 0-3 against the same man, but one of them was a draw, so you could say 0-2. So I think the emotional baggage that went along with him losing that fight the third time really just kind of sailed his ship, and that was it. And yes, and what does it say? I wish I could stiff your beautiful bald head. Yeah, so yeah, and what ended up happening was, when he lost that third fight, I just think that it just really just took the sail out of him, and just it really just kind of like took the life out of him in boxing. I'm talking about Deontay Wilder. I think the second fight took a huge piece out of him, but the third fight was pretty much the slam dunk at that point. And I just think he was, I think that was it. I think that was it for Deontay Wilder. I think the other fights with Parker and the other things, I just think that his heart really wasn't into it. his last fight against Zhang, you could tell he lost a lot of confidence. He was afraid to kind of throw that right hand because and the reason why he was afraid to throw that right hand, he knew that if he threw that right hand, there was a good potential something else was coming back. And Zhang is a big boy, and eventually the technique showed, and he just got knocked out. So I do think Deontay Wilder should call it a career. I do think there's no sense of risking injury at this point. You're not going to get back up to where you was at the top of the mountain. The fight against AJ is long gone. There's no reason that's not going to materialize. So I think if there's no reason for you to actually win or make a good run at it, there's no sense you get into the ring. It's heavyweight, so you can risk serious brain injury. I don't think it's the risk versus reward. At the end of the day, I think Deontay Wilder, for what it was, him not having the technical skills, he did really well. Very entertaining, made millions of dollars. Nothing to at this point to feel bad about. You got a statue in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, so it's gonna be it's all right. Nothing. You aim for the stars, and sometimes you don't get it. But hey, the one thing I do wish he did get was a fight with AJ. But in a way, I can see why that fight never materialized. Reason why is because Deontay Wilder had 3 managers. 3 people have to agree on a big mega fight, and that wasn't going to happen. We have 3 people agree on a fight. Just on your side, it's going to be very difficult for you to make that type of fight because someone's always going to feel as if, hey, you're not getting enough money. Ask for another 10, 15 million. Hey, you're not getting enough money. Ask for another 5. When you have 3 different opinions, and the reason why they're going to ask you to ask for more is because they make more too. So when you have 3 managers, it's never going to work itself out with a mega fight where you're going to come to an agreement. There's just too much greed in boxing, too much greed in people. That wasn't going to happen. But all in all, yes, there's a lot you can look back at with your Deontay Wilder and say, I should have, could have, would have. But at the end of the day, it's no reason for you to continue on. I think in 2025 is a good time for you to ride off in the sunset. That fight with Zhang pretty much said it all, that Deontay Wilder's a retired man anyway. So nothing to feel bad about, at this point. And yeah, Tyson Fury he's not easy to beat. The guy who beat him was Usyk, who's also a super technical boxer. So, hey, at least somebody was able to beat Tyson Fury. But one thing that's not going to be beat this year is the Alford Sports Talk Show. We got a lot going on in 2025 already this weekend. Great thing is got 2 events. We got Gigi's Playhouse tomorrow. I'm going to be the EMC. I'm looking forward to that. Already out the gates. So that's going to be looking forward to. What else? And also, I'm also going to be covering another event, Spring Hill, on Sunday. Going to be doing another great, parade. So that's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to that. But 2025 is going to be a big monster year. Got to thank you guys enough for 2024. 2024 was a huge mega year for the Alford Sports Talk Show. I don't see any different in 2025. We're going to continue that momentum and beyond. I'm eyeing a lot of different things for 2025. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, already getting out the gates this weekend with some events, which is awesome. And definitely stay connected to the Alford Sports Talk Show, the website. So let me give you guys that. AlanAlfredSportsTalkShow.com. And definitely stay connected on the Facebook page, Alford Sports Talk Show. Please subscribe at YouTube if you haven't done so already. YouTube at Alan Alford, and Instagram Alan Alford _, Twitter Alan Alford. Yeah, it's definitely good to stay connected to social media because I post a lot of stuff on social media, and that will keep you up to date on what's going on. Already the calendar is starting to fill in, so I'm gonna keep you guys posted on things. It's gonna be a great year. And having said that, we're gonna go ahead and thank another sponsor. Before we do that, let me go ahead and tell you guys a bit about the songs. Thank you to Sam Scola Songs and wife Mary. Thank you for all the great music that you guys do. You guys are awesome. This is who makes all the music right there. Sam Scola Songs and his beautiful wife Mary. Sam Scola Songs right there. Great thing about all the great music you hear tonight is available on YouTube and Spotify. So make sure you guys check that out. YouTube and Spotify, Sam Scola Songs. And great thing is, if that man right there is looking for that contract, make sure you reach out to him and sing along with Sam at gmail.com. Make sure you give him a contract. Don't give him spam. Give a contract, no spam. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. Really appreciate Sam Scola Songs. That's the man right there. Man, myth, the legend. Want to also thank the Pro. They did like one of my posts there. Appreciate you guys. Gonna do a lot of great things with the Pro Cup. And want to go ahead and thank another one of our great sponsors here. Man, this guy's doing big things. I'm so proud of him. It's none other than Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting. You may need a support group. Make sure you guys definitely go ahead and visit Chef G's right there at 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. Or visit him right there at FLBBQSauce.com. FLBBQSauce.com. Get yourself some delicious sauce. You won't be disappointed. Get that variety pack. And without further ado, let me play a Sam Scola song, the Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce song. Let's go.
Comes in full variety, Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, natural flavor. Florida barbecue sauce, Florida honey sausage, classic. Fish and vegetables, Florida barbecue sauce,
Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting. You may need a support group. Definitely don't forget to visit Chef G's right there, 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. And if you can't come down to Tampa, that's all right. Visit him right there at FLBBQSauce.com. Again, it's FLBBQSauce.com. Don't forget that great sauce. That's right. So, yes, I'm going to keep you guys posted on things for 2025. Let's go. Let's make 2025 phenomenal. Let's make it fantastic. No hating. Go out there and take good care of yourself. Go out there and be the best you can. We're going to do the same here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. No fear, 2025. Go ahead and be the best you can be. Be the best version of you. Health, wealth, finances, sports, everything. Go out there and do you. And also, while you're doing that, look out for other people too. Don't just be self-absorbed. Look out for someone else, and you'll be blessed just like they'll be blessed. Having said that, you guys be blessed for 2025. Be blessed this weekend. It's the first weekend in 2025. Man, I love this show. And I'll keep you guys posted on, Blog Talk going down. They're going down. We're not going down. They're going down. We're not going down. That's right. I will keep you posted on, our new provider. I'll keep you up to date with that. But in the meantime, be blessed, be well. Thank you again for watching another great episode of the Alford Sports Talk Show. Really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. So without further ado, I will see you next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, 8:30 p.m. CST Time Zone Friday night. That's right. Put that block away for Friday night. And I'm going to go ahead play another great Sam Scola songs. Thank you, Sam Scola songs. Thank you, Lou. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate you. Thank you, guys. And also want to thank October's all goes. October's all goes. I don't know if I did mispronounce, I apologize. But yes, thank you too for your comments. And thank you guys for all your support of the Alford Sports Talk Show. Have a great weekend. Be blessed. Be well. Till we meet again, I will play out another song for you guys. Take care for now.
It's the end of the show. Let's thank all the fans before we go. It's the end of the show. The Allen Sports Radio Show. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show.